All right, we're live. Mic check. Hello, world. Is this thing on? Zach, your mic's muted, bro. All right, let's see who's here in the chat. Curious Pete. Hey, don't stop me now. Here as always, bro. Thanks. I appreciate the support. Let me know how the quality is, the audio, video, everything. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody stopping by. This is my bro, Zach, and we're gonna be playing Splinterlands today and just shooting the shit about blockchain game related stuff, I imagine, or whatever. Honestly, uh,
There's definitely a lot to shoot the shit about.
yeah, I'm hella interested right now in how DeFi and FT blockchain gaming is gonna come together. Like that's been my whole rabbit hole the past couple days, thanks to the whole Wax P, Wax E, Wax G announcement.
Yeah, it was crazy how many different sort of little sub currencies they managed to wrap up in their ecosystem.
And they all make
I'm
sense.
remember on that last podcast that we were on, I said I don't even know what wrapping means, and so I actually took the time to go and learn, and I learned what WETH is. W ETH
Yeah,
wrapped
wrapped
ether.
ETH. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I'm super hyped about the concept because it's going to allow for so much more versatility, diversity across the blockchain system.
Yeah, exactly. Interoperability it's a potential now because of wrapping. Wrap everything, put it on everything, put Bitcoin on Tron, put Bitcoin on Ethereum. I'm waiting for wrapped NFTs, like, because they're starting to do. I've seen with Wax with the Atomic Hub and the bridge from like Ethereum and EOS and shit. And I'm like, this is gonna be pretty lit. They're basically wrapping NFTs.
That's true. I had no idea that EOS was getting put on Atomic. I just saw it the day it went live. I was like, oh, well, that's good news.
Right? That's huge. I hate how big things like that aren't anything anymore. It's all like the FUD that becomes the topic of conversation. But like
Well,
things
I
like
mean,
Atomic do things that are cool, and like nobody really mentions it because no opportunity for a pump and dump.
the Wax team is all just these genius prodigy work machines, and they like to push out major updates that are going to be hugely beneficial, and then tell almost nobody about it because they're too busy coding the next thing.
That's true. That is very true. Byzantine Kitty said wrapped kitties. Bro, I'm telling you right now, Byzantine, we figure out how to get these blockchain, Ethereum crypto kitties onto the Wax blockchain with a bridge, and we can still breed them and then port them after they're bred on Wax back to Ethereum where it's cheaper. Like, it's so much cheaper to do breeding, right? Like on Wax, and then you could take the kitten from your breeding, wrap it back onto Ethereum with your other crypto kitties, and voila, you've breeded cheaply.
I am absolutely waiting for this race to see who can solve the gas cost problem to conclude. Because there's all this cool stuff that's happening on Ethereum right now, and I don't want to touch any of it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to touch those awful transactions.
Yeah, it gets really expensive just to dabble nowadays. Like I spent like $40 minting some NFTs on Rareable last night, because Elon Gorn told me to, make one, I'll buy one, it's easy. And it wasn't that easy. I messed up twice. But I figured it out. And a couple gas fees later, I have NFTs on Rare. And then, somebody bought some, and I did earn Rare from making NFTs and selling NFTs. I have like Rari, Rari, or whatever. And then, like, it was like an airdrop just because I was selling the NFTs. And that's how I was like, okay, cool. Wax is kind of going to be like this.
You got to enlighten me as to Rarible because I haven't actually visited that platform yet. I'm not sure what it's about.
It's sort of like a maker market for. I mean it's its own market, but I mean it's a maker way to make like your NFTs and put them on like OpenSea. But Rare has their own marketplace as well. But I feel like it's more of a creator platform than it is a market. But it's becoming its own market as well. But yeah, if you could make your own NFTs in OpenSea and just put them right on OpenSea for sale, it's pretty much like that. It links to your MetaMask wallet, so you log in with MetaMask. You pay a little bit of ETH for the transaction of creating the assets, and they're right there, auto sale. You can even make them like invisible, so people can't, not invisible, but you can mask them so nobody can see what they're buying. If it's like a rare one of one NFT, you can pretty much make it like a mystery thing, and like no one knows what they're gonna buy. And you can also do shit that's really cool that I would like to see done on Wax. You can basically hide stuff, or hide it, like embed information in the NFT. So, and this is all market stuff. So like on the market, you can say, all right, I want to put in a private key. So if you buy this NFT, you can sweep this private key and maybe get some Ethereum for it. Or you could put a link in to get a free T-shirt from your website. Or like maybe you have like a paid Telegram chat or something. You buy this NFT, it has a link to your paid Telegram chat or some shit.
That sounds amazing. I mean, just the concept of putting invisible parameters on tokens definitely sounds like it has a lot of use cases.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what people do with. It's almost like a pinata effect.
But at the same time, the whole screenshotting NFTs joke that we've rehashed a couple of times now. If people are able to, I should say, the more power that people are given, the more freedom that people are given to upload their own brand new NFTs to different platforms, the more a burden of necessary research is going to be put on us, on the consumers,
Yeah,
because
to
it'll
verify
be a
the
lot
asset.
easier for somebody to sort of beat like a legitimate creator to the punch by uploading fraudulent NFTs to a platform that creator hasn't gotten their materials onto. And if people who are on, OpenSea aren't looking to see, well, where did this product actually come from? Is this the legit thing that I'm looking at on OpenSea? They might end up scam.
It's happened. Shout out to Joel and Travis at Bad Crypto with the Nifty box, because they came out with an NFT that's a subscription for airdrop. So if you guys are interested in like buying one NFT that just you get more NFTs just because you bought this NFT, that's the Nifty box, right? And you can get two memberships, the Star, the King, and I think they have the monthly, right?
Yeah, there is a monthly option that's priced at a bit higher for people who are just looking to get in on the short term. But it's really interesting because those memberships are themselves NFTs,
Yep.
and that means that you can sell them. And whomever is holding a membership NFT at the time that a drop goes out on that membership level, only whomever is actually holding on to those memberships at that moment in time will receive the drops. So you can also just buy a membership off of somebody else, and then you will start receiving the rewards right away.
Right, and I love that idea, and I stole it. Somebody beat me to the punch though, stealing it by basically tokenizing one of the King subscriptions because they were $1,000, and somebody I saw in the Atomic chat had, they basically had like they were taking it was like a group lottery, right? Like you go to your coworkers at work and you're like, hey, who wants to go in on the Powerball? And he was asking people, 20 people for $50 to chip in and get a piece of a King subscription from the loot box. And I thought, well, yeah, that's probably the only way I'll be able to afford like $1,000 NFT is just by owning a piece of the $1,000 NFT and having a 5% chance of getting whatever drops in that loot box. And I kind of did my own version of it. I partnered with Chibi Global, and somebody actually started selling knockoffs immediately on Wax. And I actually had to get them, report it, and they got blacklisted, and it was really fast. But unfortunately, it was much faster to reproduce the counterfeits and confuse people because it was such like a new, unannounced, spur of the moment thing I was doing.
That's another interesting word to use in this balance of the role that blockchain plays in giving us freedom from the overbearing control that centralized tech monopolies possess. Because, I mean, when you say blacklist, like what were the actual consequences of that scam being run?
Right? It just says warning. That's about it. That was the
So, like on the platform itself, basically.
Right. Yeah. It says it gives you a big warning right there. It says this has been blacklisted. These are counterfeits, and it gives you a big heads up. But I guess like if you're trying to do a peer-to-peer thing or like you know what I mean, like a claim link thing, it might not be so obvious, and it still does require some. You know, like if you're buying a Gucci bag off of somebody on the street, you got to look and see if it's a legit bag by checking the seams.
True, that is true. I'm still just a little iffy about the concept because once a blacklist is applied for one thing, it can also be applied for other things, and it's very possible for people to justify barring somebody from using service simply because they don't like
And
it.
we've
You
seen
know,
that with coins being delisted from exchanges. You're right.
yeah. Well, I mean, coins being delisted from exchanges,
Well,
that's even more complicated
right.
because it's like, why would an exchange want to support a coin that's just more trouble than it's worth? And that's just part of the natural give and take of the economy at play.
Well, I mean it more so along the lines of like if Atomic decides to start, charging a listing fee for verified assets, or maybe has a disagreement with somebody that has already been verified on the platform and they can delist you by blacklisting you now. And I actually didn't really think of that. So yeah, that's the fact that they can. It does suck, but it's still on the blockchain. It's still there. But it just loses a little bit of that credibility.
Right. But then, we're also going to see that piece of the microcosm outside of blockchain um, manifest because there's going to be some spaces that are a lot more permissive than other spaces. So there could be projects and people getting blacklisted from some platforms, and then other platforms who are just happy to host those collections or those people. Well, that will be a place where you can go to access that.
Nah, I dig it. I dig it. There's gonna be, I think, third party, community created alternatives for everything. And because of scarcity too. If something's too limited, somebody's gonna want to buy the counterfeit because buying the brand is impossible, right? Like who has a real, fucking I don't know, famous a Banksy who has like a real Banksy hanging up on their wall. People just get a Banksy from like Walmart or something, right? And they hang it up and they feel good about it because they have a Banksy on their wall that they can see. I think you're right. We might see people that are just happy to see that they have this thing in their wallet, even though it is a knockoff.
There should be some natural balancing happening there too, because nobody who walks into your house and sees that you have a Banksy hanging up is going to think that you have the original Banksy. You're not going to be able to offload that thing for 6 or 7. It's not
Well,
going to happen.
you're right. It depends on, I guess, your stature, right? If you walk into a multi-million-dollar mansion and you see a Banksy, you probably assume that it's legit, even though it's probably a knockoff because people that are rich like to save money too.
Yeah, it's going to be contextualized by the sort of economic environment that you find that in. So I guess that's where the reputation of these different exchanges and asset platforms comes into play. Although we haven't seen enough activity yet, I don't think that some exchanges are sort of getting known as yeah, they have everything. Some exchanges are perceived as more discerning about what projects they'll support. It's all the Wild West, and I love that. It's like the GeoCities era of the internet. I miss that,
Yeah,
unironically.
the more permissionless that it is, the better it is, and it's fairly balanced for everybody. We start getting into the permission based environments with regulations and legislations, and it starts to get too permission based and unopportunistic for people to just like me. It was so easy to just say, all right, cool, I can create an asset and say this is what I'm going to do with it, and people are going to have to take my word on the utility that I'm giving to my NFT. And it was that easy. I mean, like I literally feel like, okay, cool, I'm my own Satoshi. I just created my own money. You know what I mean? It was it's an amazing feeling, and I can't imagine how an artist that like sits on the street corner with a canvas and brush tries to sell their art, and how easy it would be for them to just like post a link to, Rare or Wax, and somebody actually own the asset, not just have that screenshot on their wall.
Absolutely. But actually, getting those artists and getting their products into assets is going to be an adventure all on its own. Is that the whole awareness battle? We're going to have a harder time winning that with people that are more distanced
I don't
from
I don't believe that, man,
technology.
cuz the way, like, as soon as I saw the way Wax has that curation, the creator percentage for the assets, I'm incentivized to go out and find an artist and say, "Here, just, let me do this for you, create the assets, even transfer the ownership, but once it starts to go onto the market, I get a cut of it because I went and did all that work for them." So there is an economic model there. It's just people aren't really aware that, like, you could create assets on a blockchain, transfer ownership, but also get perpetual income from every transaction due to the creator, merchant fees and things.
That's a great point. In fact, there could even be, some people who eventually specialize in
Yep.
referring people who aren't quite as tech savvy into these marketplaces, and then, splitting some of the revenue with the people who are creating them.
Right.
And then that service that you're offering, it's at no cost to anyone, and you're still benefiting because not only are you enriching the ecosystem, but you're bringing in all this content that otherwise never would have made it to the platform.
Exactly. You know how many people, how many artists, took years to adopt Fiverr, and once they did, it literally changed their lives. Their lives, not just digital artists, but physical artists, people that create physical art and digital art. They went and found Fiverr after reluctantly adopting the internet, because artists are a lot like other niche, obsessions where it's like, uh, kind of a old dog learning new tricks thing doesn't really work out. Like, I've been to art shows, and half of the people that have, like, exhibits don't even have a website. So, like,
Oh,
once these people find Fiverr and start putting up their own websites, it's like they see the benefits and they see the potential, and it's a matter of time for them to see what they could do with things like Rare and Wax and all these other blockchains. I mean, even Digibyte you could create NFTs on. I thought that was crazy. I'm like, what's the next blockchain? Because I really would like to have an NFT on Bitcoin eventually.
it's a fantastic question. Is we never know what the next thing is going to be. And I still can't get my head around how quickly this entire space moves. I mean, how long ago was it that GPK Series 1 came out?
Right, and the two launch just took off. I got
When was
some.
it?
I
What
ain't gonna
month?
lie. I forget. It wasn't that long ago. I mean, everything in crypto is a blur to me. It moves too fast.
It's crazy. I feel just every day like there's more I need to be doing because I know that I'm surrounded by opportunities, and I'm still honing my vision, my ability to perceive those.
Yeah, trying to see where the puck's going next, and I did not see DeFi NFT coming. I'm kind of disappointed in my third eye on that one. I don't know. Usually I'm like super out there and I'm ahead of things in weird ways, and I did not see yield farming, staking, dividend NFTs coming. I mean, that's just that, and it makes sense. It just makes complete perpetual motion economic sense, and it's only possible with tokenomics, not, anything else. The blockchain is what makes the perpetual motion machine that is the ecosystem of DeFi and non fungibles. It's, I don't know, man. I'm a hell of excited to see what Wax is doing next. Damn, I lost my first battle since we started. I didn't want to jinx it.
Oh, you're winning that much?
I'm trying my best to get into gold right now, man. I'm on silver one, and I'm like 2/3 of the way there. So 1/3 missing to get to gold three.
Almost everything I'm holding on to is Phantom cards, so it's the starter equipment because I haven't gotten much time in Splinterlands yet.
Well, I can send you some packs so you can open up and get some cards real quick too.
Yeah, people would probably enjoy watching pack openings.
Let me see which one. Here we go. I'm gonna use this summoner. I got Earthquake, but we also have like that stupid. Everybody has the same amount of health as like the highest healed person, which is like the craziest rule in the game, I think.
Yeah, see, it won't even give me interesting rule sets yet because I haven't advanced far enough to be shown them.
Oh yeah, it's still locked in. You have to get more power. So when I send you packs, you'll actually see your power bar increase, which will unlock
Right.
the levels ahead. And this is so people don't create like 50 accounts and try to farm, the daily rewards and season rewards. Because there's some good rewards out there that are free if you just play the game. The problem is people try to game theory it and cheat the system by having 50 accounts so they could get 50 season rewards.
But people could still theoretically do that pretty easily, right?
It's not as easy now because of the power system. You would have to invest quite a bit into each account to make sure that each account has the amount of power to get up to levels that are worth grinding to for, the higher level you are, the more season rewards and the more daily rewards you get. So you would have to have a decent amount of power on your alternative accounts just to make it worthwhile grinding them. So I mean, it's possible. It's just not as easy, and it definitely is something where you have to put your money where your mouth is if you want to have multiple accounts farming.
Yeah, I would imagine it would take a lot of time to actually take advantage of that if you've got just a bunch of bronze three accounts.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would
But
be
people
willing
will
to
make
bet that.
bots, right? So there's a lot of bots.
Oh,
Yeah, people pride themselves on their bots, so that's a thing.
no, I actually noticed it seemed like some of my enemies have been bots because they'll follow naming conventions, and I was like, "There's no way these are real players."
I just lost again. Well, a lot of the reason for some of those bots are for people like you again in that early ranking mechanic where you might not find a lot of players, so that where you're at right now, where it says seeking enemy, you could be there for quite a bit if there weren't a few bots to fill the slot. So some of the bots are great. It fills in some cannon fodder for early players in the early leagues. And once you get out of silver, once you're in gold, there's a lot less. And as farther into the leagues like diamond and then champion, most likely no bots.
I find that I often lose to those bots.
Well, you can see what they play. So when your opponents, when you go and see your match is made, you can kind of hover over your opponent's information, like right here where it says enemy found. I can hover over. It says recently played teams, and if you hover over, you can see like okay, good. They like to use a lot of leaf. They use dragon once. They don't look like they have a lot of high level cards. I mean, it looks like a lot of fours actually, so I might be wrong here. Mid levels.
Well, there's not going to be a whole lot of variability in how I approach different situations yet,
Right.
because it often takes me quite a few games to actually complete the daily quest, get those reward chests.
Yeah, that's true. It's only 5 wins at normal, but then when you're grinding and at an early rank with where your cards aren't like leveled up, it could be quite more than 5 battles just to win the 5 to get your daily quest.
So you can level cards up. You can make your cards directly more powerful.
Yes, by combining them. So by take because I'll show you in a sec. But yeah, so when you combine your cards, if you have duplicates, you'll see in the top right corner if you have any duplicates, there'll be a number let you know how many you have, and then you can go ahead and combine them. And you'll see like the circulating supply and things like that when you click on your card. So just click on any card, honestly. And right up there at the top, 22,636 in circulation. If you go and click on stats, it'll let you know how many of those cards you'll need under the cards. So it says level, cards. It has the melee icon, the speed icon, the shield icon, and the heart icon, and then abilities. It'll let
So
you
it's really
know
showing you how they evolve as you level.
Yep, exactly. And you can see the cost. So to get to the max level 10, you need 400 of these cards combined into one, taking 399 out of circulation just to have one card at max level.
That is a lot.
Right. And then it sounds like a lot, right? Because it's 400 for one person to get the card to max level. And then you think, well, wait, there's only 22,000 in circulation. So how many people could actually get that card at max level right now?
Not very many, unless somebody just opened up an absolute butt ton of packs. Oh, I just got an interesting error.
Yeah,
What?
I get logged out every once in a while, and it only happens to me when I'm live streaming. And yeah, see how you didn't have to log back in? That happens, and I don't know why, but it only happens when I'm live.
Okay, interesting.
Oh no, I lost another one. I'm halfway. I lost some progression.
Oh, your rank started going down.
Yeah, I was so close. Once I hit gold 3, I'm good. Somebody in the chat, let me know. Can I get demoted? I don't remember. I know they changed some of the mechanics in the ranking very recently, and I haven't been in a situation, but I'm pretty sure you can get demoted now. So if I hit gold and I don't keep going, I'm pretty sure I could get put back in the silver.
I mean, it definitely doesn't make sense to me that if you're in a middling to a high rank, that you just be protected from ever losing your status. Because in order for somebody to go up, somebody else has got to go down, right?
Yep. Oh, I don't know which card to use. I don't, which card to use. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use you, bro. You're gonna be my man. Hopefully you hold me down. All right, and then we're gonna go ham on ranged cards here.
So do some more Splinterlands tutoring here. How does the speed mechanic work?
I am not the technical guy on that. I mean, there are technicals to it. But yeah, you can see that there's the three, the four on my screen, guys, for their the speed on some of the cards you can see over on his screen. So right now they have the goblin and the mech. That has a 4 speed and the 2 speed. If the card that you're attacking has a higher speed than you, obviously it's going to have a chance to attack your card before your card has a chance to attack that card. And then there's also the team lineup. So depending on the cards from first, second, third, fourth, fifth going down position, if your team has max speed, they'll all get a chance to attack before your opponent even gets one card's chance to attack. And then you'll see sometimes your opponent may have cards that are a little quicker than yours, and then you'll see them, attacking in the middle of each other back and forth. But yeah, there you could go. Somebody have a link to the information for Zach here. There are technicals to like a lot of the chances of things happening with speed and flying abilities, like when it comes to dodging. So that's more of the advanced. I just like to play, but like a lot of people do know like the Rubik's cube science to the game.
I'm going to have to learn that. I can't just take a game at face value. I got to dig into the systems.
I would recommend talking to Byzantine, Jamarty, uh, Matt. Some of these guys over here from the Splinterlands community, they're pretty hardcore on the nerdishness, especially Byzantine. I'm sure.
Are they on the Discord?
They're in my Discord. Yeah, yeah. You could definitely find them in my Discord. They're in the Splinterlands as well, I'd imagine.
I have not yet gotten a link to your Discord.
It's bit.ly slash capital K Kenn Bosak Discord. And every first letter of the word's capitalized. So capital K, capital B, capital D, bit.ly slash Kenn Bosak Discord.
Oh,
Okay, I won one. So I'm curious, how are things going with your NFT creations on Wax?
with finally aligned,
Finally aligned. How's it going?
going very interesting. I am working on evolving the reward structure because so far it's I mean it's all this brand new thing, right? A podcast in the form of an NFT, and especially one that directly rewards people for supporting the show at no other cost to them. Uh, but so far, it's been the people who are the first ones to own, or the first owner of a episode token. So the episode itself has like 50 tokens or so on Wax. The first person to own each one of those is rewarded with something random that is related to the show. And so far, it's been like a set of 3 different NFTs for each episode. They all sort of expand upon something that I talked about in the episode, or they highlight something that I wanted to reinforce. But there hasn't been any complexity on that. And so I saw a couple days ago, I was looking at the volume on Atomic, and obviously Cogs has taken over the top spot in trading volume. And so as soon as I saw that, I was like, wait a second, how did this happen? What caused this? And I started digging in. And I started talking to people who were still trading Wax. And I if you look at the prices of unopened Cogs packs right now, they are insanely high. I
Oh,
just
cool.
sold
I
off.
grabbed some earlier, a while back, so I'll have to look at them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the big packs, the starter packs, were recently selling for 150 USD equivalent to Wax. That's crazy to me. Oh, I
You
got
just
a
got a
gift
gift.
from at MMC Kersey. Oh, is this somebody who's watching
Oh,
the
you
podcast?
just got the summoner of the year right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that is the sum. Oh man, I'm just getting my ass kicked. Damn you,
Matt
man.
McCursey sent that to me. Thank you so much, man.
I just lost because of a
My
stupid
Myler
gelatinous cube.
Crowley.
Yeah, so
So
he gives everybody on your team thorns. Basically, meaning if anybody attacks one of your splinters on the battlefield with a melee, they're gonna get 2 damage because your opponent, your team's wrapped up in thorn protection.
oh
So,
man.
so that's a summoner, and summoners are what give all like basically are ability distributors. So based on mana and everything available,
Right.
you look at the ability that your summoner will give your entire team as sort of like the starter for all right. Now this is what I'm going to build my deck around. Sort of like a planeswalker to a magic deck.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Well, I absolutely have to try that out. The daily quest can wait. I want to see.
Daily quest complete. All right, so if you have enough dark energy crystal from playing the game, you could actually get a potion that will give you more loot chests on your daily quest. I look at it like a battle pass for Fortnite. You know what I mean? It's like 73 cents a day, so it comes out to like $20 a month or something. And you don't have to buy it all. You can buy one at a time. But I just buy enough for the month, and it's like my battle pass because I'm gonna do my daily quest anyway. I might as well get a boost of loot chests for my efforts.
Is that the alchemy potions?
No, the alchemy and legendary potions increase your chances of getting more rare or gold foil and legendary cards when you open up a pack.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
it's nice to have a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you have one pack, have one potion of alchemy, one potion of legendary, and when you open your pack, each card will have a better chance of being a little bit of a better card. I look at that as like a consumable in the game, and the dark energy crystal is like the in-game asset. So they have consumables, they have in-game playables, and the in-game currencies.
I see in the chat that Bad Crypto has joined us.
Oh, hello,
So
bro,
shout out to
bros.
Bad Crypto Podcast.
Oh, hey guys, I do see them in the chat. I've been ignoring it a little bit, only in the sense of like I figure it should just be us bullshitting for a while, and then see if anybody does like a super chat or something that really wants to grab the attention. I don't know, you know.
I think that my ignorance on the game makes for a great opportunity for you to teach all of the people watching about it in the event that their ignorance is anywhere near mine.
All right, let me put you on the bigger screen, and as soon as I get done this battle, try to help you walk through like how to build a team real quick and what's what. They have a cool map key. When I first started playing the game, if you go to the, and you can't do it now because you're in the middle of the thing, but if you go to the top left icon where the teeth are, you'll be able to scroll down for more information, and you'll see that there's a map key for all the abilities. Even though you can hover over them, so while you're playing the game, go hover over your mouse over the card, and you can see what the icons mean and what abilities they give each card, so you can get more familiar with it.
Believe it or not, I actually did not know that. I've been paying attention to what abilities my own cards have because I have been strategizing to some extent every time I actually build a team. So it's down.
Learn more. You scrolled a little bit past it.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it should say learn more. That might be it. And then, yeah, here we go. This is going to be like the Pokédex. If you start at the top and work your way down, they'll go back all the way up because the information does start at the very top.
Okay, so I already have the anatomy. Under normal circumstances, the melee attacker must be in a row. Ranged characters attack from distance, not
And
attack from.
Joel Comm with the $5 super chat. Keep it up, my bro.
I've never seen an animated super chat before. I've seen a lot of super chats, but never an.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was really cool. It's the emoji super chats. Oh, you're right, Steve. You need 5 and 5. Are you sure you need 5 and 5 for 5 legendary potions, 5 alchemy potions, and 1 pack? I'm going to double check that. Oh, I won.
Is that like to guarantee a legendary drop?
No, there's no guarantees. It's just like a 1% or something increase. And the odds, I mean, having that is better than not. But I'm in the potions now. Let me check alchemy. Uh, each charge equals 1 card, and if I buy one, oh wait, you are right. I thought for some reason it was 1 to 1, or like one of these to 1 pack. It is 1 charge is for 1 card, but it's only 5 cents for a charge. So if you wanted to get 5 of them, it's 24 cents. So you can get
Oh,
24 cents worth of these alchemy potions, which is again my mistake. I just buy a bunch of them. And when I run out, I just buy more cuz I'm not going to open packs without these potions.
really? Okay.
So
What are you able to buy those with? Because I know that there's special currencies.
I can buy them with PayPal. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Okay.
you could use PayPal, Dark Energy Crystal. There's an exchange. They have, you can even use Uniswap now in this to buy stuff. So, there's a lot of different currencies that you can use in for some of the things. Right now, if you look on the shop on my screen, guys, the Dice series, it's only available for Dark Energy Crystal. And there's no other way to really get Dark Energy Crystal other than playing the game or buying it from people off the exchange who are selling it from playing the game. And that's a really cool mechanic to give utility to their in-game currency. Is this is the only way to get these packs of cards, and that's the only currency that you can use to do it.
So you come for the stuff that you can buy without getting into the dark energy crystals, but then you stay for the stuff that you need dark energy crystals for.
Exactly, and that's why I like to play my daily quests because you just get free Dark Energy Crystal for playing the game, and after a couple games, you'll have enough to buy something just by having the credits you earned. This is the abilities. This is where
Oh, that's a lot.
yeah, and it gets to be a lot. And again, it reminds me of like the Pokemon days where I'm trying to remember every Pokemon's ability and their weaknesses and their strengths. And yeah, it gets to be overwhelming here. And this is why I didn't go any deeper into the technicals than what this page offers. But there are other places where you can get way deeper technicals on the rules of combat based on the stats.
It seems like there is a lot of rock paper scissors at play
Yeah.
because you would think, for example, based on the attack types, that well, magic would just be the best because magic attacks can happen from anywhere and they never miss. But I know that there's actually at least one counter to magic damage specifically. Magic Reflect, when hit with magic damage, does reduced magic damage back to the attacker.
Right. What's interesting about this game is the if I know you notice like the rules are always changing. So there could be like no magic cards allowed, or there could be like earthquake in effect, or some kind of environmental thing on the battlefield has changed. So it's not always so much rock paper scissors as it's like rock paper scissors hurricane, rock paper scissors earthquake, rock paper scissors tornado, and you have to build around the environmental as well. And I think that's what really got me immersed in the game the most when I started playing was, oh, this is like Pokemon, but then like, oh shit, earthquake, or and I'm like, okay, this is a game. All right, I like the mechanics of this, and that's kind of what I got to playing and clicking and doing it more and more was there was just more and more ways to play the game every time I played it. Never felt like the same battle I just had.
Right? Because when we say it's rock paper scissors, it's actually more like rock paper scissors, affliction blast, blind plunge, critical, demoralize, divine shield, dodge. Yeah.
Right, right. What is it? It's what is shit? It's Spock, lizard, lightsaber, or something. Anybody from Big Bang Theory? Shit.
I've heard Spock and Lizard quite a few
Yeah.
times, but
There's a he has a version of the game, and now I can't
Dynamite.
remember
I
it.
think Dynamite's involved somewhere.
Is it Dynamite Lizard Spock?
I've seen UFOs once or twice.
What's your username again? I want to send you a pack so you can go ahead and open some.
Mine is Chaos Dash Theory. Okay, so
CHAOS
legendaries improve the
dash
drop rate of legendary
H.
cards. Alchemy improves the drop rate of gold foil cards. Now, is there a difference between a gold foil card and a normal card functionally, or are they just flashy, shiny, pretty to look at?
Functionally, they're different in gameplay. So sometimes, because of those mechanics that we talked about, there could be a gold foil only, potential. There's tournaments that only use the gold foil cards. So people do
Wow.
collect the gold foil cards just so they can get into these tournaments. And those are the tournaments with like $1,000 prize pools. So if you want to get into like the big prize pool tournaments, a lot of the times they like to keep out the bots by saying, "All right, gold cards only."
Okay, so if
I
every pack has 5 cards, you just sent me 10 packs, the 950 charges, the legendary potion, $2. Ah, I could do $2.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And it's just a small like little boost of chance, but I mean like when it comes to games like this, it's almost like I see why people will spend $10 on skins in Fortnite. Because I'll do things like this with consumable potions in Splinterlands. The game is free since they don't charge me anything. I have some money because I don't have to buy the game. I can get some goodies for myself in it, and I don't feel bad about it because this could have been $100 game for on Steam for all I know.
Yeah, but you've already spent over $100 on this, haven't you?
Oh, easily. I mean, I probably invested. I
Those
probably have invested.
microtransactions are legit.
I've probably invested quite a bit, but I've been playing for years. This game hasn't just popped up. The Splinterlands was Steam Monsters, years ago.
Right.
Recently rebranded to Splinterlands to be more chain agnostic, and which I think was a crazy hindsight of a brand move to get away from like the Steam branding, considering the whole Steam Hive fork debacle. It was just like epic hindsight. Uh,
I actually am not aware of that debacle. I vaguely uh, was made aware that something controversial was happening with Steam, but I don't have any details beyond that.
yeah, Justin's son acquired it, and they didn't like it. The community didn't like that. Justin now had a whole lot of Steam. He basically bought Steam off chain by buying Steam it, the company, so to speak. So he had a lot of voting power and had a lot of stake in the blockchain, so to speak, just by buying the company from Dan. So the community was a little upset. They decided, maybe we'll just do our own thing since this guy thinks he can just come in and be a whale and change, how we live. And they created the Hive blockchain, and that's I think the most prominent blockchain that Splinterlands is using at the moment. But it is pretty chain agnostic. It has Ethereum based cards, Tron, Steam, Hive. I think there's some beta type of promo wax assets. So they're utilizing as much as I think is functional for a blockchain to be agnostic with.
Gotcha.
All
Okay.
right, you got your potions.
I think I made the PayPal purchases and it to actually follow through with the
Yeah, that
time
happens. I know. I kind of sometimes I'm like I kind of wish that this would just work. So now you're buying the coins and you're gonna have to make sure you finish the
right.
transaction. Yeah, I've made a point of that before where I'm just like sometimes I'll double buy and I'll be like, wait, I already bought. Damn it.
It even still says that you're making the payment to Steam Monsters when you buy with PayPal.
Well, because you're buying the credits with PayPal, so that's the transaction you just made. And now you have to
Right.
make the
What I'm saying is
transaction
that
where you spend the credits.
the old name of the game is still referenced
Mm.
in their payment processing.
That's funny, actually. Well, I didn't realize that when you even said it, it was just like, yeah, of course. I was so numb to it.
Okay, now I should have my potions. It should like tell me on the potion shop screen how many potions I have.
If
But
you go to your open
still-
screen, it will.
okay, cool. Well,
And if
let's
you
go
click on
to
each individual potion, it will tell you where you have a purchase option, how many you already own. But yeah, click on legendary. It'll show you that you already have some.
I can't click on the, but
Right, you
obviously it's
got it
showing me
there.
the
Yeah, you got it
quantities
there.
here now.
Yeah.
So they're automatically going. So I don't have to do anything to
Right.
trigger them.
Right, and it used to be a thing in your settings. I don't believe it's a fact anymore, but you used to be able to use them with your rewards cards. So in settings, you may have had to be proactive and say, yes, I want to use my potions on my rewards cards. So my rewards cards have a better chance of being something better. I don't think that they use these alchemy and legendary potions on rewards cards anymore, from what I've heard. Other than
Okay,
that, though, it's automatically applied. So yeah, you can see that you've already applied your potions. It happened when you
perfect.
opened them. Oh, there you go. You got a gold foil right off the
Hey,
bat, and you got a rare card too. So you got
nice.
a
Oh,
summoner. That's a rare summoner, right?
I like the Drake summoners because I like both the additional armor to everything,
Yeah.
and I like that they work with any kind of element.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of why I think people always ask, "What's my favorite?" I'm like dragon, because then I could use anything.
Open them all.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to show you how
Really
to
good.
do the mass unpacking, and I thought it was just a good show to show people how to open one at a time and then multiple. All
Oof.
right. So wait, there is a reveal all button at the very top in the
Yeah, I
middle,
saw that.
but you can scroll over each card and just see if it glows or if there's any kind of like a tell that it might be something
Like that.
special. Right.
So that one's got a little bit of glow to it.
Right. And the better of a glow, the better of a
Oh, no, it
card.
doesn't do.
So it's just nice to be like, oh, okay, I have some of these. Like, it's almost like a pre-open. Because when you get like a pack of magic, it's like the third from the back card's always the best. So everybody usually puts that at the back of the line anyway. So it's the best.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a way to do that. If you like to be like, I'm gonna save the shiny card for last. You
That
can.
makes sense. So let's do this methodically. Let's reveal all of the.
Oh, gold
Oh,
one.
the first one I pulled was the gold. That's fantastic. Oh wait, there's a purple glow on that one.
Yeah,
So
that's
that one's
epic.
probably even
That's
better.
an epic glow right there.
That one's uh, glowing golden.
That's a
So is that
legendary card, bro.
okay? Yeah, we're gonna do this methodically.
The glows are very tell of what you're gonna
Oh,
get.
that was a purple.
And there you go, that was an epic, yeah.
The purple glow is very subtle.
And the gold you never know. So that's actually something that will happen after your card is revealed. Then it will just like a split second later you'll see it gets like a holographic
I
foil.
noticed that. I saw that. That's really cool. This system actually makes it more interesting to open multiple packs at once. Because I've seen so many, loot box type systems like this one, but I've never seen one that went out of its way. What on earth is that three number? What is that?
that means that you have now multiple cards. That's where you were looking earlier in your
Gotcha.
gallery for. When you see a number in the top right corner with that, it looks like a bookmark. That's how many extra cards of that card you got in your unpacking. So you actually got three of those cards.
Nice.
And that's
Um,
why a lot of the times you'll think, oh, why don't I see, 25 cards because I opened 10 packs? Because some of the. Gold Epic!
a gold epic. Very nice.
Oh my god.
Oh, oh, okay. It did like a little pulse, and I thought that that meant that it was going to be a golden, but I got bamboozled.
See, I like that it does. You have to wait for that effect to happen, and
Right.
then there's another effect, and yeah, that's that. It's the unpacking experience of Splinterlands.
There's so much
You
suspense
got two
involved,
rare cards right there. They're summoners, so now you can combine those to make them a little bit better.
which
Uh,
I totally will because I really like Summoner.
Combining your summoners increases their ability of having higher level of common, rare, epic, and legendary cards on the battlefield at a given time. So the higher level your summoner, the higher level of a splinter you can use on the battlefield. So if your card is at like max level, but your summoner is at like level 1, your splinter will be nerfed. And another golden rare card.
Nice.
How many goals did you get so far? Four? Three?
One, two, three, three so
Three.
far.
Yeah, a
But
common, a rare, and an epic.
we're still getting to the good ones because it's time for the epics to come out.
Another summoner, and that one's good. It's basically gonna nerf flying. No, that's not a
Wait,
summoner. I'm
that's a
sorry.
summoner? That
That's not a
has
summoner.
normal.
No, it's a splinter. But the
Okay.
ability it basically like nerfs flying, which is awesome.
So I have no frame of reference. I mean, like, how rare are golden cards when you use a potion on every card?
So this is where I need Byzantine because he's the one with all the stats, man.
Okay, we got you.
There again, there is a site. You don't know it personally because again, it's all like I don't want to know how to fix a transmission just to drive a car. I just want to know how to drive a car and have fun driving it. And that's how I found Splinterlands, and I kind of want to leave it there because I can relate to people better without getting into the technicals. And then there's the wizards like you that want to master the game, and I'm like, Byzantine, just go to Byzantine.
Fair enough. I will talk to Byzantine.
Is this the legendary?
This is the legendary. I've been savoring this one, so let's see what it is. Oh!
Yes.
Wait, it's shaking. Why is it
Yeah,
shaking?
it
Okay.
shakes. It has a different animation than the other cards when you get it. It kind of rocks the screen a little bit because it's a legendary. But yeah, that is actually a
That,
pretty
that is
buff card.
that is 10 cost. It costs 10 points to play that card. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the mana cost is expensive, but when you look at the health, the speed, and the fact that it's a magic card, so a lot of the times, unless the rules say otherwise, you're going past the armor and directly to the health of your opponent.
And this has flight and something else. What dodge? Does dodge
Dodge.
like increase
I
your
heard dodge.
opponent's
My last live stream, they were saying dodge is better than flying. So you have flying and dodge, which means you have a really good chance of somebody missing your card when it's being attacked.
So this is the best reason. Cards like this are the best reason to equip magic attacks because if somebody doesn't have magic attacks, they're going to have a super hard time taking this card out.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they do, then both of those abilities become useless because magic attacks cannot miss. Is that right? That's how that works.
So yeah, again, there's rules that will say magic attacks. There's yes and no, depending on the rules. So yes and no. The rules could say that there's something in effect where it's not always guaranteed that they'll hit. Sometimes it'll tell you that your magic attacks actually have to hit the armor of your opponent before it hits their health.
Matt McCrisey says gold foils are a 1% chance on top of whatever odds, respectively. I know that much. You're already really lucky to pull an epic, then add the 1% chance of it being foil. So that Coral Wraith is something special.
Right, and you can go to your cards now and see like what it's trading for on the market.
That's true
And
because it shows you the value.
right, so just go to your cards, click on the gold foil icon, and filter it out. There you go, and there's all your gold cards, and you can go ahead
I
and
must have had a gold card from one of the previous packs I opened, even though I've only opened like one other pack.
Which one was it again? The Coral Wraith?
Yeah, the Coral Reef. That's trading for $11.
$11 card. And you see, like, how much did you spend on the potions? Like $4?
Yeah, yeah. It was like $4 total for 100 potions, split halfway between the gold foil potions and the legendaries.
I'm using this as my reference for anybody who ever argues with me on a live stream about me wasting money on potions. No, no, I'm not wasting money on potions.
Devin Price in the chat asks if this is my first time playing. Technically, no. I've been on long enough to do a few daily quests, but that's about it. My understanding of the game is just getting started here. All right, so now that I have all these additional cards, I suppose the first thing I should do is I should see if there's any that I can upgrade, right? Because we saw that I had a couple of duplicates.
Oh yeah, go to your cards. I guess filter out your summoners first, because you don't want to upgrade your cards before you
Right.
upgrade your summoners. It doesn't really matter. It'll auto nerf on the battlefield, so you don't have to worry
Oh,
about it. But
I could just click on combine all cards and it will automatically
a
do that.
lot of people give me shit when I do this, but I'm pretty sure they built that feature just because I complained about having to click on every individual card to combine them.
Why do people
I
give you shit for
abuse
that?
that feature because sometimes you could end up causing one of your cards to become a high level that your rank in the league doesn't allow you to really use to its potential, or summoners that may not be strong enough to really control your splinters. So you'll see like these yellow icons pop up with a warning sign. And it will tell you, there is a nerf happening on the battlefield.
YOLO.
YOLO. That's how. I mean, that's what I do. And I'm at the point where if I ever have anything after I've max combined, I can then just either sell it. I could delegate it. So you could, that $11 card you got, you could delegate that. You could actually rent that card out to somebody who wants to borrow it for like $1, just so they could use it in a gold card only tournament.
So I can see here that I combined two of my magma trolls together. Now there's like an experience bar beneath the nameplate that's telling me, okay, so I'm this close to leveling it up to the next tier.
Yep, and you can see the
It's still
backing.
level one.
So yeah, your BCK or BCX is
BCX,
the
yeah.
backing, and that's where when you go and click on the stats, that's how many cards you have to combine. Is how many cards are backed by this card.
Got it. Okay. Oh, and it says next level. So 3 more magma trolls will bump it up to level 2.
Right, and you can go to the for sale tab right there, and you could actually go right to the market. You could filter on the top left. You could filter price down, and you can see that
Nice.
a lot of these cards the other way. You see the more expensive ones. You can see a lot of these cards are fairly inexpensive, so you could grab a couple of them if you want.
And I could just buy it with credits, so I can just go boom, boom, boom.
Right, exactly.
I don't have any credits. I can buy some. Wait, how many say were required? Oh, 73. I thought it said 73,000.
Oh no, it was like that's $1. Yeah, I was say it's $1. You could get a couple of these cards. This
So
may not be
this
the
is
best
this is
option,
brilliant
right? You
because
could have bought a pack and maybe got some other ones, but this is one way that you could specifically increase one card's chances at combining.
this is like the most insidious way to have you spend tiny bits of money over and over and over and over. And before you know it, you're $500 in the hole on Splinterlands because you're making all these $1 and $2 purchases.
Well, the best part about doing this, and the thing that sets it apart from doing it on something like World of Warcraft, or like I played Clash of Clans for so fucking long. I can't tell you how
Oh,
much money
I'm so
I
sorry.
tapped into Clash of Clans. But I can't sell my account. I can't do anything with my gem farm anymore. I'm mining gems on
Right.
Clash, and I
It's
mean they're
it's just
worth money, the gems, but I only worth money to me because I can't transfer them to anybody else.
right.
But I have a gem mine on Clash of Clans, and now that I got into blockchain gaming, I just feel like a sucker. But that said, you could take your game assets that you just spent money on, and you could sell them, you could delegate them, you could enter tournaments. So the money that you put into the game, it's not really like a pay to win or pay to play. It's more like pay to earn over time, and it's a different kind of a game mechanic than I think a lot of projects like in the legacy environment are used to. I know there's Utopia, but that's a very unique game where people can buy assets and transfer them in a centralized ecosystem.
So now we can see that there's 2 stars on the card to indicate that it's a level 2. It'll take a lot more cards to level up again, but its stats are now better because it has 1 more health than it did before.
Yeah. And you can see as you go down, it's actually funny. Some of the cards. So scroll down to level 6. You see your health? 4. Scroll down to level 7. Health? 5. Level 8. Health
Right.
back to 4. But if you take a look,
Oh,
it's because you got one extra melee on the other end.
right. That makes a lot of sense.
Right, and I think
Especially
that's a
because,
good balanced mechanic to leveling them up. There's a little give
well,
and
and
take. Do I want my
th-
card to have a better health bar, or do I want to level up my card to the next level? Maybe risk having a little less health, but I get one more melee attack. So it's like, do I want to upgrade my card or don't I?
well, it makes perfect sense for this particular card because this card has reach. So you're supposed to put this guy to the second slot on your team. So you're making the gamble that he's not going to be the first thing to take damage because the guy that you have in front is going to be the first one.
Yeah, I call them the punching bags. So I guess we could kind of wrap things up here. See how people dig the podcast style thing we're putting together. We'll be doing this every week, Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Just keep an
Every
eye
week.
out for blockchain game night.
Yeah, it was great having all of you hang out with us. This was a lot of fun. I definitely learned a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't be, the most adamant with the chat, but I figured it would be a good time just to have the first one just be mostly us without too much interruption from the chat. But shout out to Matt McKenzie, Steve. Um, I'm gonna call you Gamb in the chat. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate it, Jasper. Everybody for stopping by. Of course, Joel Comm for all the love in the super chat. Much appreciated. He said I would share one screen at a time. It compresses it, and it's hard to see both screens at once. Just FYI.
Don't
Thank
worry,
you.
I will whip Ken into shape and we will make it a little better with 4 screens at once.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna work on that for sure. I just thought it would be cool to have as much as I can crap on the screen to occupy people with eye candy. Curious Pete in the chat, thank you for stopping by. And Byzantine Kitty was here. Appreciate it very much. Um, oh, that's funny. Yeah, with the garbage pail thing. Yeah, I bought I bought the wrong thing. I didn't realize there was atomic assets and simple assets, and you had to do the whole bridge thing, and that was a learning process. And it's still early. Jose, thank you for stopping by the live stream. And who else? We had Powie. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated. See you guys next week. Don't forget to give Zach a follow at Finally Aligned on Twitter.
Till next time.
Have a day.